This watermelon shit, I don't think y'all understanding the significance of what I'm doing. This is spiritual war. 132 days. I've eaten absolutely nothing but watermelon. You gotta go back to Genesis to understand this. All the way back to Genesis, chapters 1 and 2. In Genesis chapter 1 and 2, paradise was on earth. We lived in heaven on earth. And there was only one commandment to obey, and that was eat fruit. That was the only commandment that we had. All these fucking 10 commandments and all this shit and all these fucking rules and laws, and there was none of that. God said, I've given you every fruit with the seed and every herb bearing seed. This shall be your meat. And God said, don't eat from this tree, because the minute you eat from it, you shall surely die. And y'all know how the story goes. And I'm not saying this is exactly how it went, but we just gonna go with it. The fucking serpent came, representing darkness, deceived Eve into eating from the tree that God said don't eat from. And then Adam ate from that tree, and us eating shit that we weren't supposed to eat got us kicked out of heaven. Like, do you understand? Like, in the garden, we were living in heaven on earth. Heaven was on earth. There wasn't no fucking heaven in the goddamn sky. Heaven was on earth. There was no sickness. There was no disease. There was no suffering. There was no death. There was no hate. There was no killing. There was no violence. There were no fucking carnivores. There were no fucking omnivores. Fruit was our meat. The animals ate plants. Animals, not even animals, were eating each other. And the minute we started eating shit that we weren't supposed to eat, our heaven on earth turned into hell on earth. Sickness entered the world, disease, death, suffering, violence, hatred, killing, etc., etc., etc. There was no depression in the garden. There was no depression in paradise. There was no anxiety. There was no fear. There was no worry. There was no fucking stress. There was no addiction. These are all results of us eating shit that we weren't supposed to eat. So now, let's put this together. Because when you see somebody like me come on the scene that's eating nothing but watermelon for 132 days, these fucking demons are mad. And you see them all throughout my posts. Every post, you see them all up in the comments. They are fucking mad. And I'm not calling the people demons. The people are not demons, but the people are being used by demons. Low frequency people are used by demons because demons are low vibrational, low frequency beings. Like, only a fucking demon would speak against you doing something that's good for you. Why are these demons so mad? Because they want us to eat what they tell us to eat. They don't want us eating what God told us to eat. Because if we eat, even right now, if you start eating only what God told you to eat in paradise, then you can return to paradise. I'm living it. I'm experiencing it. In the midst of this hell on earth, you can create your own paradise or heaven on earth. Now, I'm just one person doing this. If this catches on and more people started doing it, this hell on earth could be turned back into the paradise, the heaven on earth that we got kicked out of for eating shit that we weren't supposed to eat. And that's what these demons don't want to happen. These demons, they want it to be in control from the very beginning. They were against God from the very beginning. They wanted to be as God from the very beginning. These demons were jealous of God from the very beginning. And now they have their kingdom set up and established on earth, and they don't want to lose it. They are fucking killing, stealing, destroying, and just having the time of their fucking lives. That's what demons do. They kill, they steal, they destroy. That's what you see all throughout this society, all throughout this planet. Killing, stealing, and destroying. They don't want that to ever end. But when you eat what God said to eat, you put an end to their ability to kill, steal, and destroy in your life. Just one person doing it, no big deal. But imagine if thousands of people caught on, hundreds of thousands, millions. Don't you understand? Like, we could return to paradise, to heaven on earth, just by eating fruit. It is really that fucking simple. Because eating something that we weren't supposed to eat is the root cause of all of the suffering throughout humanity's existence. Eating something we weren't supposed to eat is what created this hell on earth. And you see how profound and significant this is? This is why these demons are mad. This is why they're all in my comments. This is why they speak so vehemently against me eating fruit. They never spoke out against me eating the rotting flesh of dead animals. They weren't mad when I was in the fucking bars and in the clubs and filling my body full of alcohol. They weren't mad when I was eating the fucking chemicals and the artificial fucking flavors and preservatives and colors and the processed junk that's not even food. It's literally nothing but a concoction of chemicals and toxins and drugs and poisons. I don't hear nothing from them there. But now I'm eating the best food on the planet for human beings. And they're mad. And they weren't mad at day one. They weren't mad on day two. Day three, they weren't mad. It wasn't until I had a significant amount of time in on this journey that they started speaking up. And the longer I go, the more they speak out against what I'm doing, the angrier they become. This is that significant. It's really that profound. And at the same time, it's really that fucking simple. Just imagine that. Something as simple as eating what God told you to eat, eating fruit, can return you back to paradise, totally transform your life in every single way. This is spiritual war.